Hi there, welcome to Lamlam's audiobook novel channel. Today's story is titled, The CEO's Maid. Chapter 9, Fractured Boundaries. The morning sun filtered through the tall windows of the Devereux estate, painting golden streaks across the marble floors. Emily stood in the library, dusting the shelves with mechanical focus, her thoughts miles away. It had been 3 days since Damien's warning. 3 days of stiff exchanges and clipped words. She did her best to keep her head down, to stay invisible, but it was impossible not to feel the shift. The air between them had changed. It wasn't just tension. It was watchfulness. Every movement she made felt monitored. He hadn't brought up the conversation again, but he didn't need to. His silence was loud enough. "Good morning," came a low voice behind her. Emily jumped slightly, spinning to see Damien leaning casually against the doorframe, a steaming mug in one hand. "I didn't hear you come in," she said quickly, her heart pounding. She straightened the row of books she had just finished dusting. "I noticed," he replied, eyes scanning the shelf, then settling on her. "You've been quieter." Emily offered a small, guarded smile. "Just trying to be less of a problem." Damien walked further into the room, his steps slow and deliberate. He set his mug down on the table near the fireplace, then turned to face her fully. "I've been thinking," he began, crossing his arms. "About what Vanessa said. About you." Emily's heart stopped. He studied her face, as if searching for cracks. "You haven't told me everything, have you?" She opened her mouth, then closed it again. What could she say? That she had been the girl who saved him from the river that night? That she'd lied her way into the mansion not for gain, but because she hadn't known any other way to survive? "I can't explain everything yet," she said finally, her voice barely a whisper. Damien's jaw tightened. "That's the thing, Emily. Yet doesn't work for me." She looked away, throat tightening. But instead of pressing, he stepped back. "Keep working. I'll be around." Then, just like that, he walked out, leaving her drowning in the words she couldn't say. Later that day, Cassandra's office. Cassandra stared at the files Vanessa had sent her, flipping through them with a practiced eye. Photos of Emily, snapshots of her fake employment history, and a series of background checks, most of which had come up inconclusive. "Too clean," Cassandra muttered, sipping her espresso. She clicked open a new tab on her computer, running another search. Her instincts told her there was something beneath the surface, something Vanessa hadn't uncovered yet. Cassandra didn't trust Vanessa. Never had. But she did trust data. And so far, Emily's story had too many blank spaces. She tapped the intercom. "Call in Matthew from surveillance." A moment later, a tall man in plain clothes stepped in. "I need a discreet tale on the girl, Emily Walker. No close range. No spooking her. I want to know where she goes on her off hours. And dig deeper into her past. Real past, not the one on those fake documents." Matthew nodded. "Understood. And if Vanessa contacts you directly," she added coolly, "you come to me first." She returned to her screen after he left, eyes narrowing on a blurry still image from the riverbank. Emily dragging Damien from the water. It was her. And Cassandra wasn't sure who that made more dangerous. Emily, for hiding it, or Damien, for possibly remembering and staying silent. Evening. Devereux Estate kitchen. Emily stirred a pot of soup on the stove, the savory aroma of roasted garlic and thyme filling the kitchen. Cooking had always been her therapy. In the quiet of the kitchen, she felt almost normal again. She was so focused that she didn't hear Damien come in, again. "You really do know your way around a kitchen," he said casually. Emily turned, startled again, though not as much this time. "It's one skill I didn't lie about." He gave a dry smile. "Glad to know there's at least one truth between us." She frowned, turning back to the stove. "You don't have to keep reminding me." "Don't I?" His voice was closer now. "You live in my house, Emily. That's not a small risk." She took a breath, steadying herself before speaking. "Then why haven't you told me to leave?" There was a long silence behind her, broken only by the soft simmer of the pot. I don't know, he said finally, and that answer chilled her more than anger would have. When she turned to look at him, his expression had shifted again, guarded but conflicted. Like he didn't trust her, but couldn't bring himself to let go. Dinner will be ready soon, she said softly, wanting to escape the weight of his gaze. He nodded once and left. Later that night, Damien's study. Damien sat at his desk, nursing a glass of scotch. The room was dim, save for the flickering fire in the hearth and the glow of his laptop screen. He'd gone through the personnel files again. The inconsistencies weren't new to him anymore. But what haunted him were the flashes of memory he'd tried so hard to bury. The cold water, the panic, the arms pulling him from the river. A woman's voice calling his name. He couldn't remember the face. But the feeling of desperation in that moment, the warmth that followed, remained. And now Emily was here, hiding her identity, hiding her past. But still, something didn't add up. Why lie to get this job? Why his house? Why now? He closed his laptop and leaned back in his chair, eyes fixed on the shadows dancing across the ceiling. Something was coming. He could feel it. And whether Emily was the storm, or just caught in it, he hadn't decided. Thanks for listening to Lam Lam Audiobooks. If you enjoyed this chapter, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more episodes. New chapters drop every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday at 9 a.m. Stay tuned, because in this story, nothing is ever what it seems. Until next time, keep listening.